Today I'm giving you 7 tips to help you grow your following on Instagram with Instagram Reels. These are the same tips my client Shauna has been using for just over a week, and she just got a client from her Reels, and she's got more people messaging about her services because they saw her Reels. These are also the tips I use to grow my 2 TikTok accounts to over 650,000 followers and my Instagram account to over 50,000 followers. The Reels algorithm is like the TikTok algorithm, so if something works on TikTok, it's most likely going to work on Reels. I'm Virginia Kerr, and I help business owners like you convert followers into customers with video. Tip number 1, in order for you to get your Reels to help you grow your following, you have to get people to watch your Reels. That means you have to grab their attention enough so that they'll stop their scroll. Most of us don't have super compelling shots in the beginning of our videos, so we have to make sure that we've got a clear caption or text bubble in the very first frame to stop the scroll. A caption that shows exactly what the person is going to get if they were to watch your video. And remember, people's videos don't pop up on their feed with the volume on. So if you're not clear about what your video is about, they're less likely to watch it. In some situations, you will have a beautiful shot, like this image of Italy. This is breathtaking. You don't need a caption for this. So if you have a video that's going to stop people in their scroll just because of how beautiful it is or how strange it is, then you won't need a caption. Here's another example of someone who did not need a caption because he created curiosity in the first frame of his video. He does what's called a natural transition with the tablecloth. As soon as that tablecloth comes down, he has a new look, and he continues to show you visually where he's taking you on this visual journey. He's giving you tips on how to decorate a tablescape without needing text. But again, most of us need to have that text, that caption, to show exactly what it is the person is going to get. Here's a photographer who does show you what you're going to get if you were to watch her video. Otherwise, it just looks like a woman with a camera. But her caption tells us she's taking us behind the scenes to show us secrets as to how she got this beautiful picture of her daughter. Make sure they can read that caption. If the caption is too low, it will be covered up by text from Instagram and people won't be able to see it, and now they won't watch your video. Tip number 2, make sure you're giving specific details that will give someone a quick win and that aha moment. If you're too vague with your tips and you don't give them action items that they can turn around and apply right now, they're not likely to remember you or want to go back to your account. You've got to give them enough wins and enough value that it creates curiosity to go back to your account to get more of what they got in that first reel. Going back to the photographer, she said she was going to give you behind the scenes secrets, and she gives you specifics of how she framed her shot, what she put in the shot, where she put her subject in the shot. Very specific, so you could turn around and you could model that. But if she was to just give you vague ideas about what she did, it wouldn't be exciting enough for you to want to go back to her account and learn more from her. So, for instance, if you tell someone, hey, you need to get more engagement on your videos if you want to get more views, then you should give specific examples of how they can do that. Which leads me to tip number 3. You do need engagement. And the way to get engagement on your Reels is to have call to actions in your caption. Ask people a question, an easy question that they can easily come up with the answer and put it in the comments below. Or tell them to share it with a friend who could use that information, or tell them to save it for the next time they need it. Specific call to actions that prompt them to engage in ways that will get the algorithm to send it out to more people. The more people share, the more people save, and the more people comment on your reel, the more likely it will be pushed out to more people. Tip number 4, you need to have clear cover images that have that title on the front of them. Not because that's going to help you with your reel when you originally post it, but because in order for you to get people to follow you because of your reels, you need them to go back to your account and binge watch more of your reels. And it's going to be easier for them to do that if you make it very easy for them to know what each reel is about. Think of it as a title of a book. When they see the title on the book, they know what the book's about, and they're more likely to open and read the book if it's something that they want. And if they came to your account to get more of what you showed them on the Reels page, then they're looking for more of that type of content. So make sure to use cover images that give them a clear description of what they're going to get. And if you need help with those cover images, I have a free cover images template for you in the description of this video. Click on it and you can change the colors and the fonts to match your brand. Tip number 5, you want to always share your reel to your feed, because your feed is where your followers are most likely to see your video, and that's where they are most likely to comment, share, and save, which will get the algorithm to push it out to more people who are not following you. When you don't share it to your feed, it only goes on the Reels page, and your followers are way less likely to see it, and they're the ones who are more likely to engage with your post than anybody else. So if you want the engagement to get it pushed out to people who are not following you so that they will follow you, you gotta get your followers to see it in the first place. Share it to your feed. Tip number 6, hashtags, and not just any hashtags. Unlike all the other types of posts on Instagram where you can post up to 30 hashtags, you can post up to 30 hashtags on your Reels, but you don't want to. Just like you don't want to do that on TikTok, you don't want to do that on Reels. Because if you give the algorithm too many hashtags, it doesn't know who to send your video to. My rule of thumb is keeping it between 3 and 5 hashtags, and they need to be relevant and related to the topic in the actual video. You want to make sure you're telling the algorithm what your video is about and who it's for. So some of those hashtags could also be for people who would be looking for that type of content. I've tested this, and when I put a ton of hashtags in my Reels, it does not do nearly as well as when I only put 3 to 5 hashtags in it. Again, it's very similar to the way TikTok works. And on TikTok, you don't want to give the algorithm too many hashtags because it waters down the momentum of your video. And tip number 7, consistency is everything. The more you post Reels, the more likely you're going to get eyeballs on your content, create curiosity, and get people who are not following you to go to your account and look at more of your videos, which makes it more likely for them to follow you. But that's not going to happen if you post Reels every once in a while. If you can post a Reel every single day, that would be ideal if you're trying to grow in big ways right now. At the very least, post 3 Reels a week. But what I like to do is I like to go in spurts. I'll post a Reel every single day for a couple weeks, then I might back off and let myself breathe a little bit for a week, then I'll rev back up and post daily for another week. The more you post, the better, but you don't need to be posting multiple times a day. You could post 2 Reels a day, but I wouldn't post more than that. Quantity helps, but quality is better. If you're cranking out poor quality video or poor quality Reels, that's not going to help you. That's going to burn you out real fast. So it's better to figure out a personal goal for how often and how many times a week you want to post a Reel, and then plan those Reels ahead of time. Don't just wing it and ding it and post random Reels. That's going to hurt you, not help you. Your Reels need to be related to the problem that you solve, how you solve that problem, and who you solve it for. So if you're posting random Reels, that's not going to get people that you want following you to come back to your account and follow you. In order for you to crank out Reels on a consistent basis, you're going to need some ideas. So click this video right here for 10 easy Reel ideas.